Hi, Dr. Jason here. I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I actually want to start a series of informational videos, this being the first. In my line of work, I get a lot of questions and work with a lot of people, either individually or with companies, with people in companies, and they ask me often about behaviors, how to recognize behaviors, what types of behaviors, and how to interact more effectively with others. So I'd like to take this opportunity to identify 4 different types of behaviors in my series. Today I'm going to concentrate on the dominant behavior. I'm pretty sure we all run into somebody we think is a dominant personality. We may have struggled with them in the past, either on a personal or professional basis. I want to kind of give you some tips today, a little bit about what you can recognize or how you can recognize a dominant behavior. Their particular styles, maybe some body talk language that they may portray when being dominant, then their ideal work environment, and basically how you can communicate more effectively with a dominant person. So let's get started. With recognition, you can recognize a dominant person. This person is often highly self-confident, very competitive, always needs to be on the go. They prefer their work environment to be busy, particularly formal. Their pace is very fast-paced. This person can't sit still, needs to be on the go, always doing something. They actually feel secure by being in control. They need to control things. They need to make the decisions. They also need to know, what's happening at all times. They're motivated by achievement. Whether it's a personal achievement, whether it's a professional achievement, that's what that motivates the dominant person. They measure progress by the results that they provide or that they get. They feel that they're very progressive and they've done a good job once the results are tangible and they can see and talk to the tangibility of those results. Some of the fears that the dominant person may have are being taken advantage of or losing that control. That's the worst thing that they feel that can happen to them, whether in a work environment or a personal environment. Some of the things that irritate a dominant person are inefficiency, someone who's indecisive, someone who's slow to get things done. Again, as I mentioned earlier, a dominant person is very fast-paced. They want results. They don't have the time or the inclination to slow down and help that person, unfortunately. Some of their decisions are very quick. Actually, most of their decisions are very quick. Their limitations, again, are impatience and selective listening. Again, this may seem, rather funny sometimes, when you have your spouse and someone says, someone selectively hears me, but that's a true dominant trait, for a dominant person. They hear what they want to hear and pick pieces of information out of a conversation. They could increase their effectiveness by being patient and being more willing to learn. Again, they're very high-paced. They're very fast-paced. They want to get things done. Some of the styles, again, with regard to a dominant person, they're self-contained. They're very direct. Their appearance is more formal. Very functional in what they appear to be. Their workspace is very busy, formal, again, very efficient. You won't see a lot of papers around on a desk of a dominant person. Again, their pace is very fast, very decisive. Their priority, they're very task-oriented. They want to get things done. They want results. They want to see XYZ done by X time frame. Again, their fears are loss of control. They seek productivity. They need to be very productive. They need to know what it does, by when, what it costs. They don't necessarily need to know the how. Details really don't, dominant people do not want to know details. They just want effective results and when they want it, when it's going to happen. Again, they want to maintain success. They achieve acceptance by leadership specifically. They like you to be to the point specifically as you communicate with the dominant person. It's imperative that you need to be direct and to the point. Stick to the business and focus on results specifically. Don't waste time on any small chat. Don't go into a dominant person's office or a friend that you feel is dominant and say, hey, how's the weather? Those types of conversations, they don't want any part of that. Again, they're irritated by inefficiency, indecision, and they want to be in charge again. And to that point, the ideal work environment for a dominant person is freedom from supervision. They don't want anybody to control them. They don't certainly want any micromanagement at all. They want to be free to do what they want to do. They want non-routine work. They want a wide variety of responsibilities. They want the opportunity to be candid and express their viewpoints and be taken, seriously. They're innovative and very much willing to try different things. The dominant people like challenging projects, and they want the opportunities to make decisions. They want opportunities for advancement. One of the behaviors that a dominant person has, again, they want results. They want decisive actions, and they're concerned with the what in any situation. Some of, again, the personal physical behaviors, their body, they're characterized by very fast pace, always on the go. You kind of get tired being around them because they move so much. They have a very firm stance, and they have very, very strong gestures. So that's a dominant person. That's the very tip of the iceberg with regard to recognizing someone who's dominant, whether you, again, work for someone who has a dominant behavior, whether you work with someone who has a dominant behavior. Recognize that, again, they're very results-oriented. They want answers. They want results. Again, and the most important thing with regard to communicating effectively with a dominant person is be to the point, be direct and to the point. If you've got emails that you need to send to someone who you know is a dominant person, very few points of conversation, maybe a couple of bullet points, but certainly don't get into the details. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Certainly I can help you recognize your behavior, recognize other behaviors. If you're interested in getting in touch with me, please feel free to check my website, www.artaconsulting.com, or feel free to email me at eileenjason@artaconsulting.com. Thanks, and look for future videos. Take care.